Hi friends, how you doing? I hope you're having an absolutely miraculous day. Today's video is how to move water from a distance. And if you didn't watch my video on how to move a foil from a distance, this is actually a very similar. So using the same technology, and this is more of the technological standpoint on how to actually be able to create that effect as opposed to the actual focus to be able to do it firsthand in front of you. So if you didn't watch my video on how to move water already, you want to go back and watch that because it's going to be a little bit more detailed as opposed to this one giving you more of the overall technology that you want to integrate to be able to do this efficiently. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to have a glass of water that you put in a place that gives you the proper lighting and the proper reflection with a live camera on it. The easiest and best way to do it, I believe, is to use an old phone and download the Alfred app on it, and this app will give you the ability to view it just about anywhere you are. As long as you have internet, you'll be able to see it through the camera, and you want to adjust it right to where you can see the reflection on the camera through your app and be able to create that effect. So to get to this point, it's actually the exact same feeling and anticipation as far as the effect of moving the water when you're actually in front of the glass itself. So I believe this is actually really easy to do. The first time I tried doing it, I was able to do it, but I was already moving the little piece of foil around, so I was really seeing how tangible it is when you have an intention and something that's so sensitive to energy actually picks up on it. So water happens to be very sensitive. Well, it creates like little micro ripples on the water, and of course the little foils that are balanced on a needle, sharp needle, the same effect, or even a candle has the same effect. They're all very sensitive to energy, and at the same time it's very tangible as far as being able to see an effect, because you know, unless you have really extraordinary technology to be able to put a thought on water and then freeze it and look at it through a microscope like Emoto, then you know, that's great. But in this particular experiment, I mean, really you could just have a glass of water and you could start looking into it, and you can create that idea, that emotion, that thought that you can ripple the water, you can move the water, and if you get into a concentrative state, you can actually create that effect. And the reason I believe this is of significance is because just as you can have the intention to create those ripples in the water, you can create just about anything you desire in your life, and it will take a similar amount of focus. And if you have that focus over a consistent period of time, you will be able to achieve those results, which I believe is really exciting, because a lot of people are very much 3D belief focused, where if they can't see it, they can't taste it, they can't really have it in front of them, they don't really believe it. And this is something that you know, you're not necessarily moving the water physically, you're actually just moving it with your thoughts. And when you realize you can be a mile away, well, let's just say when you're in front of it, right? When you're in front of it and you realize you're doing that, that's already an element of excitement. And then when you're a mile away, 5 miles away, or 1,000 miles away, and you realize that the same effect actually takes place, then it really brings up the question of what is it that's moving the water? Because when I first started looking into these subjects, I first thought that the energy was coming out of my energetic field that is created through our heart, where we create this toroidal field that can be measured with a sensitive energy device that actually is a field that is around 10 feet away from our heart. That's how far it goes. It pulses about 10 feet away. So I thought it was that field that was interacting with the water and interacting with the objects, which I still thought it was really fascinating. But really, when I actually realized that it was something that can easily be done from miles and miles and miles away, then I realized it wasn't our actual field necessarily directly, even though our field may be interacting with the greater unified field, that I do believe, but it was not a direct effect. It's more like a effect into the quantum unified field that really connects us to that. So when you have that app open and you're able to do it when you're right in front of the glass and you can see that you're actually creating that specific ripple effect, and the more you focus, the more you create kind of more like a higher vibrational ripple effect. And if you're just kind of focused and barely getting started, it'll be very subtle and it'll just be kind of like random. So as you get better at it and you get more into a very focused, concentrated state, you will see it will actually create that specific more higher vibration of ripples effect. So same thing from a distance. And again, I think that these things are not so much about the actual result of moving the water, because if you're trying to move the water, just go over there and move the glass and wiggle it around, and that's going to be a lot more impactful, right? But as far as the energy that goes behind to be able to create that effect, as far as the energy that we can potentially channel to heal ourselves, to heal somebody else, to bring things into our life that we would like to have, we can really see more of a tangible example to be able to create that effect. So I hope this video was helpful for you to be able to experiment with this and have fun with it. And I would recommend too, as you're doing this, and there's apps that will allow you to record your screen, and I think it's pretty cool to be able to go back and remember and really be able to try out and really realize that it's you. And when you're doing this too, by the way, you don't want to have any thoughts of doubt. You want to know it's absolutely possible, it's absolutely real. There's people out there doing it on a regular basis. Everybody can do it. This is not, I believe, some really extreme, difficult thing to do. I believe this is actually pretty simple. If you have the ability to create a very focused state of mind, and you can get into that meditative state, and if you don't really know how to get there, I recommend for you to check out my video on the importance of meditation and the understanding of how energy works and how to move a foil with your mind and so forth. Check those out, because that will kind of be, I believe, a little bit of a prerequisite to be able to get this a little bit more and be able to advance further. And so I hope that helped. I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a spectacular day. Take care.